or have done anything on my channel. In this video, I'll just be updating this particular project's trajectory, and maybe I should just update a trajectory of a bunch of projects. I'll just do that before I can do anything else. It will be a very short thing. There are a bunch of changes that happened since last time I streamed this particular project, or the live building project that we were building some sort of like a social media site. That is also in my mind, but it's just the lack of time, which is very bad on my part, thanks to my health. Just checking whether it is working or not. But it's just the lack of time, which is very bad. Yeah, it is working. Good. Thanks to my... Good. Okay. So I'll also change the title of this particular stream as well, because technically speaking there are two of them. So there's one philosophy dusting. It is, if you remember, we were building one of these things where I was going through each and every single one of the plans. Like, this is a built-in public product, so I'm building basically a article, small web app where I'll be writing my articles, things like that. I'm just going through the process of how you can actually build things. So let's see. We basically I'd just be updating a bunch of things. So last time we were doing some sort of like a design system. We came up with a bunch of solutions, and we were using PNPM, and we were on Next.js 13. So right now what I have done is few things. First of all, if you check, I don't know whether you have followed me till that point or not, but basically the only thing that has changed in this particular project is that every single first of all, there's a change in terms of this package JSON, and you'll find that now the Next.js is updated, and there's a formatter was already there, and all the packages are kind of like updated. Second thing you will find is that we are now using bun rather than PNPM, because bun is quite fast. So my alias for bun is B, and if I just tell you the version of this, you'll find that I am on the latest bun version, which is 1.1.3. so that is the change. And once you use bun, so here's what I actually did. I first RF idea, which was basically, I was using WebStorm, but now I'm back to VS Code. So that was the first thing. Second thing that I did was remove the Next.js. I mean, the whatever the build was of that next previous PNPM. Then I removed the node modules, and then I simply did bun upgrade, which is, for me, it is the latest one. Then I simply did bun install, and it installed everything on the bun side. If you check that, if I do this, you find that it is very fast, especially if things are already installed or cached. However, it does things behind the back. And then you'll find that I have updated few of the readme. So here's what we did, and is upgraded to the latest with TailwindCSS and switched to bun. This is what is completed. In this video, I'll just install this, because Storybook is a proper way of building the design system, to be honest. So I'll just do this, and then we'll shift to another product, which is Chirpy, which we were doing. So there's a lot of things that happen there as well. Okay, and other than that, nothing else has changed. I did create one src folder and put app folder and utils folder inside it. That's about it. And then here also, yep, nothing has changed. Everything is still the same. Some formatting issue might have been there, yeah, but that's about it. So that's the changes in this philosophy dusting product, whatever you want to call it. And let's install the Storybook, and then we'll move to some other place. Okay. So I'll go with the Storybook. storybook, get started, install. I'll use, see, anytime you see npx, you can actually type bunx, that also works. So I'll just copy this much for the React, and maybe we don't have, no, yeah, I'll copy this much for the React, and we'll go back. I'll just type bx. It is not looking into it, but if I type bunx, it will work. So for my purpose, I can also type bunx, that also works. So bx, and then this. One more thing, if you check bunx npm dash check dash updates UI, if you just simply run this, you'll find that it actually checks your entire packages, and it will then give you what yarn upgrade interactive situation is. So you can actually choose the packages that you want to upgrade, and you can just upgrade them all at once. So yeah, let's go with storybook in it. Let's see what's the issue here. Okay, so there's a bunch of resolution errors. Okay, so let's start doing this. Legacy peer, maybe I'll just do force. We'll see later whether it even works or not with bun. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, proceed. As you can see, I have not actually installed storybook or even tried before this video. In this particular project, there's a lot of issues that happen with storybook, that's why I avoid it. But if it's something that you're developing from scratch, from the scratch project, then it's best that you just do it from the get-go. And we will not do this much of a thing. We'll just let it be. Okay, so that's kind of it for this. Let's see whether it even works or not. It again does not work. Okay, let's see. If I remove this, if I remove bun, and then I install everything. Let's see. Incorrect peer dependencies. Okay. What is the correct peer dependencies? Hmm. Let's solve. There should be some issue there. Peer is this from, okay. Okay. Let's see, this should not be done, but mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, so this is quite a recent issue, I guess. Yep, 3 days back. Okay, so this is just not the storybook issue. This is like some bigger issue. I have a same issue. Okay, the issue seems to be introduced in this TypeScript ESLint does not yet support ESLint. No? Running go selection. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so let's see if I just go with ESLint and version of ESLint. So this released 9 days ago, which is version number. Okay, so we can just go to GitHub repository. We can go to its release, and here I can, for the time being, stick with this. So I can just say this. Okay. Then I can try and install it again. Hopefully, if it will work. Yep, now it works. So ESLint was a problem. We'll be sticking to the old ESLint version for the time being. So Storybook, actually, if you see it, actually will configure the ESLint JSON file. So you can go there and you will find that it extends few things as well. So this was already extended. Now this is also extended. Then it is installing its bunch of dependencies, and so this we have to do few things. We have to remove this package log JSON. For some reason it creates this. I don't know why. Because it is running npm only rather than bun. Other than that, yeah, within this we have this. So let's see where it actually creates dot storybook. Let's see how long does it take. There's so many things that I want to do in this channel, but my health always comes in between. Okay, now it started running as well. Anyways, we'll see how we can actually run things like that, and is doing everything. So now I'll just copy this. We'll go to restream. We'll close this, go here back, open it right here. So now you can see that a storybook is actually kind of like installed. There's a problem in terms of my, like, it will give you tours, things like that. And as you can see, this is what you will what will be better for developing our buttons, our typography, things like that. Why? Because basically our entire UIs UI components. Why? Because you can see this is basically, we can actually define the controls, actions, visual test, things like that, right? So is it like primary or not? It says true, but if I just make it false, then this is no longer primary, this is secondary. I can also look at button large, small, medium. So I'm basically defining things. I can also check the labels, how they will look. Let's say get in touch, right? And then I can look into the set boolean, which is primary as true. I can choose the color. What will it look like? So all of these, right? Okay, that's basically our so-called storybook installation, and we'll just stop at this point. I'll come back with like much more because I hopefully my health actually becomes good. The first thing that I want to complete is those editing which is still stuck of that Next.js series. There's a meta part of the thing, and then there's a sitemap things. Those two are left in that Next.js 13 or 14, whatever you want to call it, series. Okay, so once this is done, there are a few things that we have to do. First of all, this storybook is right here. Main preview, things like that. And if I go here, it says storybook. These are all the stories. So then there is also package lock.json, which we don't want. So let me just simply remove the package lock.json. Okay. We'll also again remove the node modules just to bring everything to perfection. We'll also remove this. Then I'll again install everything using bun only this time, rather than going towards the npm in between. And this works. Okay, there's a one post install script that was like blocked, which is pretty much the storybook. But if you just do this pm untrusted, okay, this, so I can just do trust, and this was the package, which is basically not, you know, like ran, but for us it is good. How do I know it? Well, if I go to package.json, I can see that there is a new build storybook and storybook. So I can just run b storybook, and this is running in 6006. It's starting, it's doing everything, but we don't need that much. We can just go here, we can just go to localhost, the same thing, and we'll find that it is working just fine. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of like it. It's doing a bunch of things. It's like middleware, blah blah blah, we don't care. So this is good. And now if you check our turbo, by the way, we can run the turbo now because 99 point something something is already done. So we are good to go to run the turbo in the latest Next.js. You'll find that this is my this is where we actually left. Such a long time since I did it. Hopefully in just 1-2 months, when I return back from my home, I am going back there. Once I return back, my health will be okay. I have consulted a doctor now this time as well. Hopefully everything is fine and I am back to full circle. Okay, so there we go. Everything is like here, but we won't be doing it things like that. We will be doing it using storybook, and we might just start building things out as we move forward. All right, so now in the readme, I can just come to this and just make it this. Okay, that's about it for this. So now I'll just do gs. I'll add these things. I just commit one more installed storybook for proper designing of components, and then I'll just simply push it to my main, which will automatically deploy it on Vercel, which is my somewhere dusting or something. So let's see whether it even works or not. For some reason yesterday it was not working, giving some sort of like an error. Okay, thankfully now it works. Of course this is different. I mean, Vercel is still like running the entire thing for sure, but we get the idea. Okay, the next is, if I go back, I'll see inside this Next.js itself there's something called there should be chirpy or something. Okay, not here. So maybe inside this courses, no. Then we will go inside this courses, we will go inside chirpy. Okay, here I'll find all the chirpy, and then I'll just simply open this one. I'll close this thing. See, my PC also started like giving up. Why? Because how can I put it? It's quite hot where I am living, so yeah. Anyways, and I don't have AC in this part of the world for now. Okay, so we did a bunch of things in this, by the way. Last time, if we left chirpy, so if I go back to my like philosophydusting, find that if I go back to my channel youtube.com/code dusting, no, code dusting, find that here, if you go to my live, and this is I'll be, you know, like doing it in just not again like I will continue, because we set up everything, we didn't start building it, so we want to build stuff. So you will find that here this is a latest, by the way, this is on April 2nd, planet scale of the plan, right? So this is one of the updates. So basically we have to do a few things. One is you have to go to your planet scale. I completely deleted my planet scales and everything, just so that there's no billing and everything. I'm sure they will stop it anyways, but for the purpose of safety, just go to your planet scale and delete everything that you have there and forget about the planet scale situation, right? And so right now what we are going to do is that I'm just going to tell you what exactly I've inserted here last time to build it. So if I go to my GitHub, you have to just walk through the tree of this. You have to walk through the P. Okay, so this is my latest, I mean 3 months ago it says, right? Since that is the last time I checked here. If you check, it says this was done on January 13th, 2024, and this time, and then there was a bunch of it on January 12th, 2024, right? So somewhere here you'll find 3 months. Yeah. Okay. Let's see when was the last time I got time to actually sit on this computer. So if I do git log, it's on the same day. Okay, all right. So for us, I did a lot of things. Right here when I did the complete thing, right, updated more requirements at readme md. Okay, this was our last commit together. Good, this was the last commit together, and if you watch this video you'll find it at the end. Now after that I shifted to 1, then I updated the Next.js to the latest. So here it was Next.js app. If you check the app when we started, you find that the app is actually package 14.0.3, but then we move ahead to 14.0.4. Then I updated the one with package, with updated package block and updated every packages. I'll just show you because we have to do it again, because last time we did it, I did it individually on January 3. And I added the playwright. Again, I'll show you how you can actually add the playwright. This one is quite straightforward. This is by a testing library end-to-end modern web apps. So that's what it's about. And you'll find that there is a option, and you can just put this way. So one init and starts working, or one create playwright. Right? That is much. Now this is an installation structure. Again, we are not touching it for now, we'll touch it later, but this is for testing. Okay, so that's what I just installed. You'll find it right here, right? This is the configuration. When you're installing it, it will tell you can install like bunch of browsers. You can actually do that. You can also install the viewport. for mobile, branded browsers, things like that. It's up to you. Those are not defaults. And there's a patches in. Okay. So you will see that the initial what it was. So each test in the directory of directly test, simply pushed all those tests inside the just change that tree, and we find that nothing else is the server to because of settings. And yeah, that's it. In fact, you'll find that these package versions is because I will be removing it right now. But pretty much everything is like fine. And if we are removing the offline scale, I'll just go with maybe just go for let's see. I'll just go inbox and we will just remove the scale. We will do the replacement once I do the next time stream. Yes, I'm not allowed to actually sit for like long time. Okay. Good. So you install the playwright, you'll see that there's a report, you run things like that, but the most important thing is like already here. So let's first do bunx, then npm -check -updates -ui. Run this. If you and you will also see that right now before I go back, just walk through I was trying this engine, app engine, but again, it works, but it works better with npm. So that's why the workflow is here. I mean, you guys don't have to do it because we are using Vercel. I was just trying because can we do that there as well or not? That's we can do it, but yeah. Then there's update the default service name, things like environment, Next.js, JSON. This is something that I will GCP are completely going to remove it. Gcloud again remove it. App Engine remove it. GCP build made empty. GCP build is basically if you do this package. So if you go to this page, you will find that this is GCP build, which is empty. This is because GCP App Engine actually starts building internally as well, and since we have the entire workflow of apps, which I set up. So that required the build to have actually happens. You can see github.github and then workflows in the app and then you have that. Okay. So again, I'm just showing you what I did, but this is not required on your part. Why? Because we are using Vercel and GCP engine is not free. Okay. And if you want to try it out, then you can try it out for 3 months. You will get this entire credit or something. Create a new account in Google and you can just try it out. Because Google Gcloud CLI for it to install again. So basically what to do, what has to be, what exactly you are trying to do is then on what, there is a workflow dispatch, inputs, branch, description, required, default, what is default selected, and then you have like a bunch of like jobs. Now this workflow dispatch, so for the first time you have to have on push so that the runtime actually runs at least once, then you can remove the push and then you can do the workflow dispatch so that now you are under the control of when the GitHub actions run rather than on merger or on push. Okay. Then you have a jobs, which is deploy. You actually run things on Ubuntu latest. Environment is production. You're basically giving the bunch of like environments, auth 0, database URLs, stash, things like that, and you're getting it from the secrets. Secrets is a part of GitHub secrets, so you actually like we have in Vercel the environment variable section. GitHub has the secret section where you can actually put your environment variable, and when the CI/CD pipeline runs, it actually just picks those secrets from there and just inserts it. Then you have the steps which check out, which is this action. All of these actions are, by the way, available on the GitHub. Then again, you supply the particular branch, and what has to be done to use this action can just go here, right? Just go here, and you will find that it has its own usage. You just have to follow the usage. That's something else. Then you have the node setup, which is like going to use certain version file is this particular MVMRC. Then you have the cache, then cache dependency with a dependency. So that's the package. Then it's dependency. We don't want to do this step on the GCP end as well. That's why we have GCP build as empty. And we have authentication, and then simply going it to use engine, and this again another pages. Okay. Second is actually this one. This is a project ID, and which now stands deleted, so it won't work. And this is deliverables. Deliverables is basically a field, which is like here, name here. It's a service. Basically, this one app engine at least should have a default service. What is the rank? Which is 20. Standard instance class. This is where the pricing comes up, and then you have the handle scripts and everything. Again, this is what I was experimenting with. You guys don't have to do it. This is something that I had to do in my official work, so I was just experimenting in this project, and it kind of like works. So I just replicated there. This does not work with one now, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to these things just to show you what's the command. You can see that I have converted all the patches to npm and things like that. The reason why I did that is because app engine requires npm, yarn, or end. If I back my code, you find go back actions. So this is all the right? So and this is something. So you can actually come to this branch and workflow. Okay. Now if you check this, I mean that file always. So also we don't need to I know this is not called. And don't require this Gcloud even we don't require, you don't need to add it from in my branch. I'll just let me do things now. First I'll have to remove the modules. Then I'll remove the package JSON, and then we run one job. No. Now remember, these are outdated. So this should be run once npm check updates. That's why. So now if you go back, we can just simply show you how it actually does. This is how you see that this is our just are the updated ones. So what we have to do is basically we will not do this one, right? ESLint, because there's some issue there. Okay, for now, let's just do this. ESLint, we can just remove this, and for the rest, we can just say install. Okay, now it's all your data. So now I also open set. Okay. If I go back our JSON, you'll find that our next is now the latest one. Okay. I'm pretty sure that Reg was also already of this session. I mean, press this. So that is also there. Playwright. Yeah, Reg was also already okay. So we're done with this, but I'll do it this idea because they have removed a plan. So I will say burn uninstall net database. And let's see, do we have any other planet scale situation? No. So we have to go. Now let's see how we can actually use it. Map the schema. We're using planet scale somewhere for sure. So let's see. Right in this server DB, we're using the client as planet scale. Now we will simply move with let's so yeah. To be honest, for our smart purpose, we can do well. I want with SQL database. That's actually so. It's a SQLite, I guess. So one database, all of these are by the way free for now, right? So just right here, there's a database there. We can do a bunch of things. I don't know what they're keeping. Okay, plan management. We are at starter, which is this. So that's what we. Okay. Cool. Let's go to our drizzle ORM. So sign up is already there. I'm pretty sure I have Terso. So again, since I already have Terso, let's see. So installation. There should be Terso CLI. So we are in Linux. Let's do this. Okay, let's do. Just want to be it. And this is my installing it, so just install it like I'm installing. Then you have to log in. This is the works for some reason. WSL. Let's see. Okay, I already have the sign up accounts and things like that. So I just copy this. Okay, now go to my account that I want to. This is the access token. Copy token apply. Again, I completely remove my entire this. It keeps on changing. So I'll just do that. And now I can. So this is my entire thing, which will keep changing. This keeps on changing. Then what is the database? This is the entire like file which I do. Only issue is I will do this. Now the info this is not. Yeah. So let's come back to this. My time force and with this and other than that we'll see what we can do next. For now that will be it. So here in case I come with this, like okay, here it is, it's done, things like that. Let's actually is and base my thing on this theme. So let's switch up. Which we have the most important part is to start with the system. Also start the technologies that you use for purpose. For us, it's JS 14. Initially, we went with the database. Now that is no longer free, we are going to jump to the Terso database. Planet MySQL database, Terso is SQLite database. For our purpose of blog, it will work. Okay, we're going to design things like using server components, pretty much everything that we will use in Next.js 14. And the thing that we're building is going to be in several phases. So if you check this link or product in my channel, you will find the first topic. One, you'll find exactly what, or you can go in my so-called reading. You find the this is right. So you'll find in that different reading of our philosophy, you'll find that plan and this reading and in the report, which is different product, not the first one. You'll find the other plan in the reading. So you guys can just go in my coding and check it out. That will be available in like that. Is it now clear? The voice. Problem with the voice is I have some health issues, so there's a lot of things that are clear from my end. It's not like problem, it's just health problem from my end. Okay, this is what you guys have to simply read just to make it work. Or in the next video, I have to make sure we properly do that. Fair enough. All right. But since I just asked, so fortunately, it's easier to get and define one feature we and then you also find developing the business, what are the business requirements, situation. These are checklists which we have to get, and these are the things that are still left. So we'll